Hey folks, welcome back to Motorola PH. Today we're going to be unboxing a new toy that we purchased online for the vlogs, of course, and this is a VNet intercom for the helmet. So I'm going to show you guys how to install that later on. So it comes in this neat little box. It costs around $3,607. It's actually a lot cheaper than the popular brand. I know a lot of biker and fellow motovloggers are also using the same Vnetphone. It's manufactured by Ejeas in China. This is how it comes as a package. You can also purchase a single Vnetphone for half the price. So let's look at the contents. So you have 4 of these, Velcro, and then you have the earpiece. Okay, these actually have the Velcro patches as well. So these are actually just spare patches if you have extra helmets, so you won't have to actually detach the actual Velcro from your primary helmet. Same thing with the second set, of course. It comes with 2 mounts, so one for each helmet, one for each Vnetphone. Okay, be careful not to lose the screw that you see there, because you will use that to attach it to your helmet. We have an extra pair of screws. We have the charging cable, 2 of those, one for each, and you have an Allen wrench or an Allen screwdriver. So you have a screwdriver on this side, an Allen on one side. Now I'll show you guys how to attach that to your helmet in a few minutes. The first step would be, of course, to remove the padding from your helmet. So use a cloth, because you don't want to, you don't want to actually scratch your helmet. Might as well remove the visor while you're at it. You can pull that like so, and then you can easily remove the padding just like that. We'll set that aside. Same goes here, because this one has a lock on 3 points inside the helmet, here, here, and the inside, and you have to pull that downward, and you do that by pulling on this emergency tab right here. There you go. And then you just pull down the cheek pad. So now we can see the inside of the helmet, and this part right here, you will see that it has a recess, a circular recess, and that is actually where you will attach the earpiece. Okay, so step 1, after you have removed all the padding from your helmet, would be to install the mount. So you will need the Allen wrench or screw to remove the screws. Now this side actually is what attaches to your Vnetphone. Now the Vnetphone is actually designed to attach on the left side of your helmet. So if there's something in the way on the left side of your helmet, like what I have here, which is the switch or the lever for the dual visor. Okay, you just have to move, instead of placing the VNet phone here. You just have to move it backwards a bit. Okay, so it has that portion right there at the bottom where you can attach this. So to attach it, all you need is to actually insert this piece on the inside. Hope that you guys can see that clearly. Here you have the outer piece of the mount. Okay, and then you have the inner lip, which I've inserted in between the shell and the styro. Then you just have to bring those two together and then use the screwdriver. Don't tighten it all the way in. Just tighten it enough so it stays in place. Then you screw in the other one. The reason why is because you're going to have to adjust this later to make sure that everything is in a snug fit. The plastic lining of your helmet, because it's squeezing the shell in between, but that's okay, it's not going to damage your helmet or anything. You just make sure that it's actually secured in place. You don't want your VNet phone to fall off while you're riding. Now let's try tightening the screws and we'll see if it stays in place. You would be able to feel if it's no longer budging. I think that's good enough. Let's try testing it. There. Now let's try attaching the VNet phone. So it just snaps in place. So you slide it from the top. Okay. So that's how you install the first part, or the first piece. This is where you will be attaching the cord of your earpiece and mouthpiece. Now we'll remove this first because we're gonna be laying it on the left side. So to remove it, you just have to put your finger on that little notch or tongue that you see there. You press it back and then you push this upward like so, and it comes off easily just like that. Now let's mount the mouthpiece, the microphone, and the first earpiece for the left ear. So this goes to the left side of your helmet. Now you can adjust this depending on the model of your helmet. You may want to position the microphone either from the top down or from the bottom up. Now with my helmet, I think the best would be from the bottom up. That's where the earpiece would be attached. So you place the earpiece there and then you just direct the microphone boom towards the front side of your helmet. Then you have to route the wiring around the inside of your helmet. From here you will route it all the way to the other side so you can position the other earpiece. Now this part where you plug in to the VNet phone, that needs to be somewhere near the left side, so I can probably just guide it. Because of course, make sure that it's neatly tucked in place. I'm just gonna remove the collar because it's getting in the way. I want to tuck in the wires on the inside of the upper padding. Okay, I think that's good. So we'll put back the collar. And a good quality helmet like Hellas do would be pretty sturdy. Well, there are a lot of good helmets, nowadays, of course. I mean, KYT, you have, of course, the top of the line, AGVs and HGC are good quality helmets they can choose from, depending on your budget, of course. And I think this is a bit too short. There you go. Now let's test it. Okay. Again, just make sure the wires are properly tucked in, but they're not in the way of anything. Okay, once that's there, just reattach the cheek pads. Okay, so we have successfully connected the VNet phone, or installed it in my helmet. So I have the VNetPhone attached. I have the earpiece and the microphone installed here inside the helmet. I actually tucked in the wiring inside the washable lining, so I can remove the washable lining every time I need to wash it without disturbing the wire itself. Now I'll show you guys how to actually connect the VNetPhone to another VNetPhone. You can only connect to a similar model, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. But so far, as you know, I understood, it can only connect to a similar model. Now the first thing is for you to understand what the buttons are for. This right here is, of course, the button that you use to connect to your phone. This is the power button. You need to turn on your VNetPhone. These two are the volume, and if you're connected to your phone, you will use these two buttons as well to choose your next or previous music. So those two buttons right there. Again, this is the phone button if you need to end a call if you're connected to your phone. By the way, once you connect this to your phone and there's an incoming call, it would automatically answer your call after 5 seconds, so you don't need to press anything. But if you need to end the call at any time, you can press that green phone button. So again, this is the on button. You just have to press and hold it for 6 seconds to turn it on, and it would automatically become a pairable VNetPhone. It would start looking for other Bluetooth devices once you turn it on. Now this right here, the small button, is the auto power off button. So if you need to turn off your VNetPhone. And these 4 buttons on the side are the intercom buttons. So if you need to talk to another intercom user or VNetPhone user, you just have to press whichever button you actually assign them to. So for example, these two would be connected. These would be the first 2 devices. If you need to connect a third up to 6 different devices, you can do that by assigning a button to each of the other devices. So I don't have another helmet where this is actually attached to, but I'll show you how these two actually connects to each other. So the first thing that you need to do is to actually turn on the VNetPhone at the same time. So you will press the motorcycle icon. There are these 2 buttons right here. You have to press them together at the same time. Hold it until you see the red and blue flashing lights. So you have to press that for about 6 to 7 seconds. Press them together like so. Wait for it until you see the red and blue flashing lights, just like that. Then you let go, and since this will be the first VNetPhone or VNetPhone 1, okay, you just have to press the same motorcycle button once, and then would start looking for a pairable device. And this right here, this blinking red and blue light, the second VNetPhone, is a pairable device. So wait for that to connect, and you will see that the blinking lights have synced with each other and they're blinking at the same time. So it means that these two have been paired together, but you're not connected yet. You can't talk or hear each other through the same or through the VNetPhone, not yet at least. You have to press the motorcycle button again for a second time on the first one. Okay, so press it again once, and now once the blinking blue light has synced together, then that's when you are connected. You can start talking to each other, and you can, you know, hear it through the earpiece. Okay, so if you need to add a third party, of course we don't have a third VNetPhone for that function, but all you have to do is do it on the first VNetPhone. You can assign each of these 4 buttons. So let's say you would assign a third intercom device. Let's say you'll assign C. You just have to press this until it starts blinking again, like that. and then of course you will do that on the third one. Wait for it to sync. Well, it's not gonna do that now since I don't have a third intercom, but wait for it to sync. Same process. Once it stops blinking red and blue, it means they have synced or paired together, and then you press the motorcycle button again, and that would connect it to the third intercom device. So you just have to repeat the process for the fourth, fifth, and you can connect up to 6 different devices. If there are 6 riders and you want to be connected together, that's how you actually connect all of your devices. For now, I'm just gonna turn it off, and every time we turn it off, by the way, and turn it back on, it doesn't remember the pairing that it previously did. So you're gonna have to do it every time you actually turn on your VNet phone. It wipes off the Bluetooth memory. It doesn't hold the memory, so you can have a fresh connection every time you turn on your VNet phone. Now let me show you guys how to connect it to your phone. So the first thing that you need to do, of course, is to turn on your VNet phone. Again, hold this for about 6 seconds, wait for it to blink red and blue. There, it's pairable again. Get your phone, turn on your Bluetooth, and look for V6 to appear on your Bluetooth pairable list, and just choose that. It would automatically connect, no passwords needed. And there, it's connected. That, if you guys can see that, come on, focus. But there, it's connected. Now once it's connected, you can actually start receiving calls. If you have Waze turned on, it would actually start, or you can hear the narration in your Bluetooth headset when you're driving, or when you want to receive calls. It would automatically be answered after about 5 seconds of ringing. And if you want to end the call, you just have to press the green button, the green phone button. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be that easy to choose or press these buttons, especially if you're driving or riding and you have gloves on. You will most likely fat finger the thing. If you have gloves on, you can only imagine how hard it would be to look for the appropriate button there. So I haven't tried it. This is the first time I've installed this on my helmet. I'll try it later and I'll give you guys feedback.
A few moments later.
Okay, welcome back. So I've tried the helmet on, and it's a bit snug after I placed the earpiece inside the helmet, but it's not uncomfortable. It's actually okay. And we tested the clarity of the earpiece of the microphone, and so far it's actually quite clear. The audio quality is actually quite good. I'll do a proper review once I've put some miles on this bad boy right here. But it kind of looks nice. So I hope that you guys find this video educational, and I hope that you learn something from it. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and of course don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, hit the bell icon so that you will get notified every time that I have a new video uploaded onto the channel. So again, thanks for watching Motor Ross PH. Ride safe, brothers.